How to cut and stitch this beautiful blouse and skirt. The blouse has an eyelet at the front, while the skirt has a square shape design on the skirt. Shoulder to nipple 10 and a half, under bust 14 inches, half length is 18 inches, shoulder is 8.5 inches, armhole is 9 inches. So the blouse length is 26 inches, nipple to nipple 4.5 inches. I'll connect the lines. 1.5 inches on the side, 1 inches on the center. So I'll use my curve ruler and curve the center bust curve. So I'll go up by half an inch, go down by half an inch to avoid pointiness. I'll curve the bust curve using my curve ruler. So yoke is 6 inches. I'll connect the lines. So draw the lines up to that 6 inches. 1 inches on the side, half an inch on the center. For the bust tightening. So I'll blend it. So I'll, because of the dart, I'll create another new armhole. So here's the new armhole. I'll add another 1 inches to be able to join the darts together. So I'll add 2 inches, 9.5 plus 2 inches for the bust measurement. So on the half length, 8.5 inches plus 2 inches plus the dart measurement that I took. So on the hem of the pattern paper, I'll take the hip measurement plus 2 inches on the hem. I'll connect it up to the half length and to the bust. I've done that. I went in on the half length by 1 inches for snatching of the waistline. So I'll use my curve ruler from the waistline up to the hem of the pattern paper. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a thumbs up. So I'm cancelling the other lines I drew. 4 inches for the queen Anne neckline. So I'll slant my ruler. So 1 inches for shoulder slope. I'll cut this out. I'll open the pattern paper out. I'll, I'll cut it. So I'll open the pattern paper. I'll mark the center line. Here's the center line. At the side, I went up by 4 inches to get the curve. So I left measurement at the side. I left like 3 inches on the side. The same thing, 4 inches on the other side. I'll connect it, just blending it so that they're going to be equal. I'll use my curve ruler to get that round shape on the center side. The other center side, the same thing. Using my curve ruler to get that round shape. If you want the round shape to be bigger, you can make it bigger. And add allowance when cutting on your pattern paper. When cutting on your fabric, not pattern paper, sorry. So I'll blend it. Just using my free hand to make sure it's okay. So 1.5 inches on the center line so that they are equal. This is the smaller center that's going to be inside the main center. So 1 inches on the down part. So to give it that V shape, just slant my ruler. So I'll blend it using my ruler. So don't be confused, the center is divided into two. Yes, I'm marking it so that you not be confused. This is the inner center. The smaller one is the inner center, while the bigger one is the center. So this inner center is going to be inside the main center. So I'll just marking dots to show where the eye lens is going to sit. So I'm making sure it's 1 inches on the other side. So I'm going to fold my pattern paper into two again. So I'm cancelling the dot line where I'm going to cut on, so that it's not going to be confusing. So I'll cut it out. Please subscribe to my channel so that YouTube is going to recommend this video to more people. Thank you so much. I'm going to cut. I'll cut the dot out. So I'll cut the smaller center. I'll remove the yoke. So I'll remove 2 inches from the center. So I'll cut the smaller center. Here is it. I've already cut it. So I'm cutting the size. So I'll add my allowance. So the same thing for the bigger center. This is the bigger center that I'm cutting. So add 1.5 inches on this mid part is important. That's where the eyelet is going to sit. Shoulder 8.5 inches. Armhole is 9 inches. So 4.5 for nipple to nipple. Half length is 18 inches. That's where I'm taking the dart. 1/2 an inch on both sides to get the dart. 9.5 inches for the bust measurement plus 2 inches. Waist 9 inches plus 2 inches allowance. I did not add the dart I took, because when I'm cutting on my fabric, that's when I'm going to add the dart. So 12 inches at the hem. I add 2 inches to the measurement on the hem for the hip. The blouse is sitting on the hip, so you need your hip measurement. So I went in by 1/2 an inch for the snatching of the waistline. So because I'm going to remove 1.5 inches for eyelet at the back, that's why I removed just 1/2 an inch on the waist, so that it's going to be snatched. So I want the back, the eyelet to have that V shape. So 1.5 inches at the top, then 1 inches at the down part, that's the hem, to give it V shape. So 6 inches is the yoke. I'll connect it using my ruler. So here's the yoke, 4 inches. So I'll curve it. So it's like C shape. 1 inches for shoulder slope. So I'm making sure it's 4 inches. So that's going to be equal with the front. So I'll cancel it and cut it out. So I'll add 1 inches. I add 1 inches when cutting. On the side, I did not add anything again. This is the back that I'm cutting. So I've removed the dart. So I'm going to add 1 inches. I place the back and the front. So I'll cut the lining. This one, please add 1.5 inches on this inner center, the smaller center. Add 1.5 inches is important because it's going to sit on the main, inside the main center. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces for each of them. One, I'm going to gum it together with my hemming tape with the lace, so that they are going to be one piece. So this one I'm cutting is the lining. So here's the other one that says you should not cut it like this. So I'm going to I left 4 inches on the sides of the lace on the front, 4 inches. So I remove 4 inches on the hand to give it the arm curve, the armhole curve. So 4.5 inches, I added 2 inches for the round sleeve. So I'll connect it and cut it out. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that I get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube is going to recommend it to more people. Thank you so much for watching. So the yoke, this is the back yoke. I'll cut it out. I'll use my hemming tape, gum it to make the lining and the lace to be one piece. I'll cut the wardie, that's the interfacing. I'll cut it out. It's 4 inches, so I'll gum it. I'll gum it down. I'm marking the other bust. So I left 1.5 inches, so the rest I'm going to gum it with my wardie steel for the center. So I cut facing, so I want the facing to remain 2 inches. So I'll remove the other ones. I'll cut it. I want it to remain 2 inches. So I'll go and sew it to turn this center. So I'll notch it, iron it very well, fold it in. So I want it to remain 1 inches. So I'll fold it in, iron it very well. So I'll measure it. I want it to remain 1 inches. I've done that. I'll go and sew the bustier together with the center. I've done that. Here is it looking beautiful. I'll iron it. Here's the smaller center with the lining. So I'll go and sew that. Put my interface. It's important. Put your interface so that it's going to be firm. So it's going to sit inside the main center like this. So I'll remove 1.5 inches for the neckline. So I'll fix my door face inside, put my interface. It's very important so that it will give it structure, so that it's going to be firm. I'll pin it down. It's important. That's why I say the smaller center you need to add 1.5 inches so that it's going to sit on the bigger center. That's the main center. So I'll pin it down. I'll just making sure they are equal. I'll trim the neckline. So here is open. I'll fold it in. So I'll go and sew it down. That's why I pin it. So it's 1 inches down. Give it a fine V shaped. So I've done that already. So I'm making sure the V is sharp. Please subscribe. So I'll go and sew it down. So I'll sew the lining together on both sides. I'll go and do that. I'll cut the front, the yoke for the front. Please add your allowance when cutting the yoke, like half an inch is very important. So I'll cut it out. I'm cutting for both sides. So I'll cut the yoke. Make sure you have allowance of half an inch. So I'll fix the yoke, go and sew it. I'll pin it and sew on both sides. So I place this lace, I divide it on the center. It has excess, so I'll make sure one is overlapping the other one. So here's the cowl effect I'm creating with my door face. So I'll go and iron and pin it down. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that I get notified when I upload a sewing video next week. Thank you so much for watching.